You want to know what it's like to win. You want to taste victory. It's a drug like no other. A drug that sinks its claws into you and never lets go. And you're looking for that fix. It can only be shown, not told. It requires the right frame of mind. It's a long, lonely journey, and it gets no easier at the top. I can show you. There is no room for error. You do need to believe. It's that winning mentality that will never slow you down. What's my mentality on track? I am unbeatable.
Almost like an aftershave advert, wasn't it? Anyway, I did mean every word I said, so jump straight in. You want to be the best. You want to be the fastest. You've come to the right place, obviously. Now, for context, let's say, in every video I see, go-kart video on YouTube, doesn't matter if you've got 7 subscribers, 7 million, I watch them all. And I go through every single comment, maybe not every single one, but I go through most of the comments, and it's always the same thing. What's your PB? What's your PB? What's your PB? That doesn't even matter in the slightest. It gives you a rough idea of pace. That's about it. Rough idea. I cannot stress that enough. So like, imagine in Formula 1, imagine a team like Haas, Williams, the bottom end of the table. I mean, no offence by that, but imagine them bolting a set of softs on at the end of the Grand Prix, last lap, and then going to set the fastest lap, then go running over to the podium. Oh, guys, I got a lap record. Okay, I got the best lap. Okay, got the fastest lap of the session. Okay, no one cares. No one cares. I'm standing here with my trophy. Okay, mate. Yeah, all right. You was 2 tenths quicker than me on my fastest lap, but you're not up here with a trophy, and that's the difference. So, like, I could give you an example. In this race, well, we already know I won, so it doesn't need to be discussed. But as you see here, you can see we've got me first, Leon second, Nathan third, Pete fourth, Jordan fifth. The list continues, right? That's positions. That's down to racecraft, which is so important, and that's what you're going to learn, racecraft. Now let me actually show you. This was with all the times in order, in fastest lap. In 5th place, we've got the person who finished 10th. So he managed to pull out 1 lap belter, but then couldn't keep that pace up. So you just get them lucky, not lucky laps, but like, you can't do it every lap. And first lesson, consistency. Try not to send it too much. Try and just dial it in, but make sure depending on what track you're on, braking at the same point, turning at the same point, accelerating at the same point. And try and just do that lap after lap after lap. Just get a nice rhythm going. So you see there, it's not that important, fastest lap. So as we line up on the grid, you're going to see it's 16. So that's us. All right, lining up, and it's just a random grid. There was no quali. We had a little warm up, as you just probably see in the background. 2-3 laps just to get some heat into the tyres, but that does nothing. There's nowhere near enough time. So where are we? In the middle of the pack somewhere. So let's wait and watch the lights. and it's green. And away we go. With a bit of boost, just get that quick acceleration, and we're in between two. Try to leave the space, we start getting pushed out. We just have to bully it, basically. Hold our line on the inside, just making it known we are there. So, again, leaving the room, give us a little tap. Didn't mean to, it's fine. And now we're just leaving room on the inside. We don't need to be ultra on edge, ultra defensive. We've just got to take our time. Remember, it's a 50-lap race. So, just having a little look, see if we can see anything. So, we're just going to take our time. We're behind Ash, and we can see Martin. Now, I know Martin drives ultra aggressive, so I need to get my position known early before he turns in. And we just get that move done. And so now we can see the pack up in front. So we're in 4th place. But no one's fired up their tyres yet. So, like, if let's say you need to get them to, I'm exaggerating, but like 50 degrees temp. Well, everyone's fighting to get there. So if you can be smart about it and get to that grip before them, then you can actually catch them up a bit quicker. Does that make sense? So while everyone's just trying to fire them up, that's what's happening. And you can tell by the brake lights how much they need to brake, because you brake a lot more with cold tyres than you would once you've got them up to temperature. So you can just determine how much they're braking, how much temperature they've got. I know that they're in a nice train. None of them want to battle anymore. So, well, not yet anyway. So we're just going to try and catch them up slowly. We're in no rush. And we're all just trying to, like I said, just trying to get to 100% grip. And all I'm trying to do is get to there first so that I can catch them up. So just as I get to them, now they've got grip and now we can play the game. So we're on the back of Nathan and we can see Chris in front of him. And they're in just a nice rhythm. I don't really want that rhythm to stay for too long, only because I can see 1st place, which is Leon, running away. He's created quite a gap between him and Chris, and there's going to be games of boost. Remember, we have boost here, and like the screens don't work at Teamsport, but because they keep crashing. But basically, they have your boost bar on there, your lap time, and stuff like that. And so, as we just go for a move on Nathan, that was, I wasn't particularly proud of that move. That was, I don't know, I just sort of last minute decision, sort of hesitated, just took the space. So now we're behind Chris, and we're just going to try and carry the speed. A little bit of boost up on this up ramp. Got the inside for this hairpin, and away we go. So we're now into 2nd place. We can now see Leon up in 1st. We're on lap 4, whatever it is, 3 or 4. We've got some pressure from Chris, but we know just be smart about it. Try not to worry. Try not to battle. Try not to defend too hard. And just reel him in. That's all we've got to do. Just reel him in. And just being smart. Like I said, 50 laps. You don't need to go and get him straight away. We can go and get him on lap 48 if we need to. So as long as we're just reeling him in. So, and that's what we're looking for. So we look at this point, he's at that blue bar. When we get to that blue bar, he's just turning right, and we'll just keep paying attention to that. And then when we come back around, am I any closer to when he was turning right? How much closer am I? Do I need to change anything? Have I lost time to him while I'm looking for that? And so that's what we're just working out. Now we're just trying to figure out where he uses boost, and we couldn't tell from this far back, so we do need to get a bit closer. So yeah, fast forward on. I think this is lap 9. We're sitting behind Leon, and we're just having a look, and he just goes a bit wide there, so we're going to carry speed, but we don't know where he's using boost, so we're going to use a lot of boost and then just force the switchback. Let him go for a switchback and use the boost and cane it. And now I can determine what's going on. So I'm like, right, okay, he wasn't using boost on that up ramp. That will confirm it for me here. Was he or was he not? Because he shouldn't have that much boost left. And he doesn't. So he did use a little bit on the up ramp, use a lot on that straight. And so now we know where he's boosting, where he's not. So coming in here, we've just set ourselves up. And we're just going to sit behind him. Again, lap 10 now. Sit behind him, and it felt like he was braking too much there. He didn't need to brake that much. So now we found a corner where we can gain on him. So what we're going to do is not use any boost, sit behind him, and just figure out what boost he's using. Sorry, not what boost he's using, but when he is boosting. And so when he's braking, when he's turning in, that's what we're sizing up. We're just trying to work it all out. We've got a pretty good picture of what's going on now. So we'll probably do it on the next lap, if I'm honest. But he'll use boost now, which he does, yeah, exactly. So he uses the last of the boost down here because it resets after this downhill ramp. So that's where the boost resets and you get your 3 seconds back. So now we're going to just reel it in. We know he brakes too much there, so we're just going to set ourselves up and get behind him. Now just use a little bit of boost like we normally would. Hold the inside, allow the switchback. As he uses boost, now we use a little bit of boost just to keep our nose on the inside. So now he's used more than we have, and we don't have to do anything. He can use his boost here, it doesn't matter because we've got the inside. And then here again, we just keep it defensive. Does he go for a move? No, he doesn't. So now do you understand what I'm saying? So we've got that done. Then we just use the rest of our boost down this straight just to create a gap. And that's all we need to do. So now we're in first place. We're on lap 11, lap 12. And that's it. Now it's getting into the rhythm. So you think you can go and put a belter out, but can you do a quick lap every lap for 50 laps? Most people, I watch it and they start crumbling. So fast forward, we're coming up to some back markers. This is our first one. So this is Jaden, and he's new. And so we just see he's braking there. A corner you don't need to brake on. And then this is another rule with back markers, is that just because you're lapping doesn't give you the right to go and smash people out of the way. At the end of the day, they're in their own race, and you should treat them like another position. So we just go for a move on the inside there. Yeah, you should treat them like another position, because you don't know what's going to happen. That guy he's chasing up in front, he might be reeling him in. Doesn't happen in 1 or 2 laps, as I just said, and he might be playing the long game. He might be catching him in 10, 12 laps. Someone in front might get black flagged, get pulled in, and then he comes catching them as they come out. You've got all of these things. Don't interfere with other people's races. Doesn't matter if you're lapping, you don't barge your way through. And so this is probably a race leader's worst nightmare. Coming up to 4, 5 lapped cars, and so we're just going to get so held up. So we need to be efficient, very efficient, because remember, the more I sit behind this, the more I battle with these people. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, they're going to come reeling me in. So go for a move on Daryl here. He just leaves the door completely open, and Carl just misses the apex there in the middle of battling, so allows us to catch up to him. We need to keep that rhythm up, and so we're just watching ahead what's going on. We can see Ray up in front with Martin behind, Cole behind him, and so we're going to have to go for a set. Now remember, you're lapping them, so you don't need to get desperate, because you're obviously doing something right to catch them. So just take your time, be patient. Just go for a move on Martin. And like I said, he drives aggressive, so we're just going to leave him the room on the inside, and like he can take it, and he did. Just because we don't want to be getting into no commotion, get spun out, get pushed into a barrier. It's not worth the risk. So leave the space. We'll battle it in the next corner. So we'll just start reeling in Carl and Ray up in front, and as long as we get these moves done, just close the door on him unnecessarily, but it was all right. We get a little switch back on it, tries to go for the inside, but couldn't carry it off. And so we got Ray left. We managed to get through that traffic, and the thing is, if you get through that efficiently, it's a game of chess, and so like you want to get through more efficient in 2nd and 3rd. So just because they're right behind you, if you can get through them and then they struggle to get through them, well, you're laughing, because now they're holding them up. You can play that game. Now you can start putting a belter down. Just start trying to get fastest lap in that section of time. In that section of the race. So go for a move on Ray, have a little look. Just going to try and carry more speed, can't really do it, so we're just sitting behind him. We do need to get the move done, but he's just parking it on the apex. He's just pushing it deep into the corners, which just messes me up. Look, goes defensive there to ultra, go for it. I'm on the right on the inside, I've got no speed, so got the move done anyway. And as we turn in, I didn't even realise, but I didn't know where 2nd, 3rd or 4th was. I knew definitely top 5, top 6 would be chasing me down, so I just didn't know where it was. I could see people coming down, but I don't know who's who. And just caught me napping. Didn't even realise he was there. Just Ray goes for a move, so we're just going to use the rest of our boost. Completely missed the apexes, just wasn't prepared for it. Now he's on the inside, and now we're wasting time. So we try to go for a little switchback, and he looks back, and that confirms to me like he's gonna leave the space. His steering wheel wasn't turning in too much, so I took that and I thought, right, let me get away from him, because if he does that again, no doubt we're gonna have the rest of them breathing down our throat. So breathing down our throat, is that the saying? It's kind of sus. Breathing down our neck and jumping down our throat, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, gay. Anyway, so yellow flag, and it was, so what they've done is it's 25 laps. So it was 25 laps. It wasn't just one whole lap, only because the batteries don't last in the go-kart. So as we get So as we get out of go-kart, we're going to switch go-karts, and we're also going to listen to some excuses.
Well different to the first time.
Huh? Yeah, you felt like, you looked like you was flying. More confident. You compared to last time, we could see it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, because our park's back there, we have to start at the back of the grid.
Yeah, huh?
So we have to start at the back of the grid and fight all the way through.
My heart bleeds.
It's just random grid, isn't it?
And then, I was just
me and him, we was in the middle.
Put me in tyres. But then after that, I could never get my tyres to fire up. Everyone was coming past me.
D4.
This is wrong.
Who's
Got a
D4?
lock off.
Yeah.
Yep, you're in part 20. Yeah, next.
Yeah, because obviously we was leading. So basically they're putting us in order of our positions in the line of the go-kart. And so everyone's in their karts. So we go out again.
Alright, thank you.
As you can hear everyone arguing.
You guys are about to get grid started down the stairs.
Grid started down the stairs. You heard that. You heard that just as well as I did. So yellow flag, we're just going to take our time, let everyone come out the pit. And as we're coming up to the grid now, first place, which is on the right, you always get the inside as first place. As we line up, a marshal told us to go. And I'm like, oh, didn't they tell us? And then I thought, maybe not everyone's out the pit yet. I'm not sure what's going on. And so as coming up to pit lane, that confirmed for me. I can see people still in there. So I'm like, right, I get it. They're still in there. They didn't want us just sitting there. So just made us drive all the way around. So I'm going to drive really slow to allow the others to catch up. Look, there's one leaving the pit lane now. So he's got to do a whole lap. And we're 2 corners away from the grid. So we're just going to take our time. Get to the grid. And it goes green. I'm like, okay, maybe they want us to hurry up and get to the grid. Everyone wants to go home. And it doesn't change yellow. Look, I can see people on that ramp there. So it never changes yellow. And that is the race started again. So we're on lap 26 now. And yeah, I thought that was a bit unfair. Because, do you know what? I'll be honest. I prefer the 225 laps than I would a whole 50 lap. And only because if something happens in that first session where you get put into a barrier or something like that, when you change karts and then we go back to grid again, you get that second opportunity. So say like you ended up last place, you gained 4 or 5 positions, say you made it up to P8, you're now on the grid again, P8, but you get that chance, everyone's back in front of you. So that didn't really happen. And yeah, so we've already caught back markers, which I thought, like I said, not fair. So as we go past one, we can see Daryl in front of us. And it's the same rules apply. We've got everyone on us. Of course, the top 8, I think, come out and they followed me. And then the rest of them, well, they were just in a race of their own, which, like I said, didn't really agree with. So, same old, go for the move on the inside. Same corner. That's the easiest place to overtake, just because you can carry so much speed up there quicker than everyone else. Just parks on the apex. We just have a look for the outside. And same rules apply. We're leaving him the room. We just know he drives aggressive. And that's what I mean. We've seen it. We don't need to be stupid with it. Leave him the room. He won't push us into a barrier. And we get past efficiently. I cannot stress how important that is. So, next back marker. And we just, again, treating him like another position we need to take. And we're just watching where he's braking, misses the apex, too aggressive with the steering. Do we go for the inside? Not really. He doesn't even know we're there, so we'll get that done. Do we go for a move on the inside here? Not worth it. Too far away. We are catching him slowly but surely. He's not really affecting us. We're just in our hunker down mode, if that makes sense. In our race pace, so we're just nice and relaxed. We're just nice and fluid. He confirms to me he's seen me, and so that's why I'll take that space and get that done. But yeah, to save you going in the comments, I can tell you what my fastest was here, and it is 38.850. If you, for some reason, if you want to compete against me in qualifying, but yeah, yellow flag, and that's the race done. That was the race done, and you see what I mean. We're coming to pit lane. Not everyone was happy. Not everyone was happy. That looked like plain sailing for us, but
I got black flag for getting spun out, man.
see you in the next one.